Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, Sarah. And welcome to the June meeting of the Finance Committee. First of all, happy first day of summer to all. Yes, so June 21st.
Thank you.
First up on the agenda, Janet, you're up there in the fine city of Buffalo. The first up is the adoption of the meeting minutes from the May 9th meeting of the Finance Committee. Can I get a motion, Janice, please, to recommend approval, not to recommend, to approve those meeting minutes?
So
Thank you. I'll second that motion. All in favor, aye. There's none opposed, there's no abstentions, that carries. We have one financing on the agenda. It's the SUNY bond. Most of it is a refunding, but there is some new money in there, which is always good. And Steve is going to present. Thank you, Steve.
Thank you. Good morning, all. The Finance Committee is being asked to recommend the full board to adopt documents on behalf of the State University of New York Dormitory Facilities Revenue Bonds Program in an amount not to exceed $920 million, of which up to $150 million may be used to finance new money projects at various SUNY campuses, and the balance of up to $770 million may be used to pay the purchase price of prior bonds accepted for tender to achieve debt service savings for SUNY. Prior to 2013, DASNY issued bonds under the former SUNY Dorm Lease Revenue Bond Program, which had a SUNY general obligation and state appropriation. In 2013, DASNY began issuing bonds under the SUNY Dormitory Facilities Revenue Bonds Program, which relies exclusively on dormitory rentals for the payment of debt service. Bonds may not be issued under the former program, and as of December of 2021, there are no longer bonds outstanding under that program. DASNY has issued approximately $2.9 billion through 11 series of bonds under the current SUNY Dorm program, and there is currently approximately $1.9 billion of bonds outstanding. Of these outstanding bonds, there are three taxable series: the Series 2019B, Series 2020A, and Series 2021B bonds. The three taxable series have a combined amount outstanding of approximately $1.1 billion, of which approximately $770 million is currently eligible for tender. To achieve debt service savings for the benefit of SUNY dorms, DASNY may offer the holders of these bonds the option to tender their bonds for purchase by DASNY. The purchase price of the bonds accepted for tender is expected to be funded with the issuance of tax-exempt bonds. Staff is requesting a not to exceed amount of $920 million to accommodate the maximum amount of new money issuance, as well as full participation in the tender. However, the actual issuance will likely be significantly lower. As presented on page 2 of the transaction report, SUNY anticipates demand for the 2023 new money issuance to be approximately $120 million, and the amount of the issuance required to pay the purchase price of the tender will depend on the participation level. While participation in the tender is currently unknown, recent historical levels are in the range of 20 to 40%. The level of savings from the tender will depend on the market dynamics and the participation level, and the bonds issued to pay the purchase price on the tender will not extend the final maturity of the bonds being refunded. SUNY is considering issuing a portion of the Series 2023 bonds as green bonds. And with respect to the credit, the Residence Hall program is a self-supporting program of SUNY, generating revenues from over 450 residence halls on 25 campuses to support its operations, maintenance, and debt service. Pursuant to the Enabling Act, SUNY assigned to DASNY all rights in dormitory facilities revenues. SUNY is required to deliver such revenues to the Commissioner of Taxation and Finance for deposit into the Dormitory Facilities Revenue Fund. Monies are used first to pay the principal and interest on the SUNY Dorm Program bonds, and remaining funds vest to SUNY to be used for operations, maintenance, repair and replacement reserve funds, and any other lawful purpose of SUNY. Residence hall utilization in the fall of 2019 was approximately 65,000 beds, but fell to approximately 39,000 beds in the fall of 2020 due to COVID-19. While utilization has improved since the fall of 2020, it remains below pre-pandemic levels. This is a byproduct of the lower SUNY enrollment numbers across the system. Utilization in the past 2 years averaged approximately 55,000 beds. SUNY has a debt service coverage requirement of 1.2 times, and from 2013, when the SUNY dorm program began, to 2020, Debt service coverage ranged from 1.3 to 1.54 times. The members may recall that uncertainty in utilization due to COVID-19 led to a July 2020 DASNY bond issuance to provide temporary debt service relief to SUNY by refunding and restructuring all of the SUNY dorms debt service due and payable in SUNY fiscal years 2021 and 2022. SUNY also received federal stimulus funds in those 2 years, which helped offset lost revenues due to the pandemic. These factors led to higher than normal debt service coverage ratios in 2021 and 2022. This year, debt service coverage is projected to be approximately 1.45 times, which is in line with pre-COVID levels. Security for the bonds includes the first lien on dormitory rentals that are deposited into the dormitory facilities revenue fund. And in conclusion, bonds issued under the SUNY dorm program are currently rated AA3 by Moody's and A+ by both S&P and Fitch. And if recommended for approval by the committee, I will also provide this presentation at the board meeting that follows this meeting, and Virginia Wong of Nixon Peabody and Robert Drillings of Berger Gray will present the financing documents on behalf of Co-Bond Council. Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much, Steve, for that excellent report. You know, George, it's 10 years ago we changed that program.
Yes, it is.
We just, anyway, any questions or concerns by Janice or any other board members who were present at this meeting? Hearing none, I mean, it's always a great bond, SUNY. I mean, that really is our original mission, so it's nice to see that. Anyway, hearing no comments, Janice, can I get a motion, please, to recommend approval of this offering at the board meeting, which will happen in about 3 minutes?
Yes, so moved.
Thank you very much. All in favor, aye. Aye. No opposed. No opposed. The motion carries. Unless anyone has any questions or concerns, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn, Janice. Thank you. Thank you. All in favor, aye. Aye. No opposed. Thank you. Carries. Thank you very much.